Okay. So my own story. I have always wanted to be seen as a good person. Like I remember growing up as a kid, and I remember a lot of grown-ups saying, "Oh, Ryan, he's such a good kid." I'd hear that, and I liked that. That felt good to hear for me. I also wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to just do things my own way and try things, and I didn't want people to tell me how to do it. My dad would try to teach me something, and I'd be like, "Stop, I want to try." And he'd get so frustrated because he wanted to teach me, and I wanted to just show him that I could do it, and I wanted to try. And as a kid, those two things were already in conflict. For example, one way that those things would be in conflict is I would go in the bathroom when my mother told me to brush my teeth, and she'd be out in the living room, and I'd go in the bathroom, and I'd go, psh, done. She'd be like, "Ryan, did you really brush your teeth?" "Yeah." I wanted her to think I was a good kid who brushes his teeth. I wasn't saying, "No, I won't brush my teeth." That's not me. I won't say no, but then I would go and I wouldn't brush my teeth because I wanted freedom. I wanted to decide whether I brushed my teeth or not. So what I learned to do was to use a small lie to protect the image of being a good kid. I wanted the identity of being good without the cost of being good. And we're talking about 4 or 5-year-old Ryan here. I grew up in the church, but I kind of came to a personal acknowledgement of my own faith as a late teenager. And looking back, I think that I accepted Jesus because it seemed like it was the right thing to do, the right, responsible, good thing to do. Not because I actually thought I needed him, but because I thought that's what a good kid would do. So I did it. I thought it was the correct choice. And as I tried to follow him, yet again, those two competing values of wanting to be good and wanting to have freedom started clashing for me. And they eventually hit a head. Instead of actually trusting Jesus, I would follow my own secret curiosities and desires into places that a good person would not go. They were dark secrets for me that hid behind like this facade of a good person. And it was an incredible burden. It actually at one point almost cost me my marriage early on. Now, Jesus impacted me in the middle of all this. And it wasn't just like one moment that transformed everything. It was a whole bunch of little touch points that Jesus reached into my life. And the thing that Jesus did that really impacted me was this. He did not demand that I get down on my knees and I grovel at his feet for having lied. He didn't. I thought that's what he was going to do. But he didn't do that. Instead, what he did is he showed me something that I had not yet considered. He said, "I can give you freedom and goodness. I can give you both. They don't have to be in competition. But only if you bring those hidden things into the light. Only if you bring those hidden things into the light." And he told me that when I trust his love for me with the fact that I don't want to brush my teeth or whatever other more heinous thing is hidden in the dark, when I rely on his healing instead of managing my image, he actually would start to transform me from the inside out so that the goodness and the freedom don't have to be in competition. He didn't take away my curiosity. He didn't take away my desire to be good. He started sanctifying it, making it holy, making it good. He made my curiosity and my desire good and is continuing to teach me how to be that person. He began converting me from someone who seems like a good person to someone who actually is a good person. So when I decided to stop hiding those less than good parts of myself and start relying on his healing instead of my own image management, that was the decision. The decision to follow Jesus wasn't, "I believe Jesus exists." It was, "Okay, Jesus, I'm finally going to actually trust you with this. I'm going to let you start healing me instead of just trying to look like I'm being a good follower of you." And now on the other side of all that, I think a big part of why Jesus called me into pastoral ministry is to use what he's taught me about authenticity to point other people towards him. I know the church has a reputation for hypocrisy, don't we? Right? And I pray that he will use me and my hypocrisy story to show the world his true nature. And I've come to believe that true goodness and true freedom can only be found and held together by those who place their lives and their full selves in the hands of Jesus. That's my story.